There are moments in life when you do something so powerful, so unexpected that it leaves the people around you completely baffled. Sometimes your actions speak louder than words, and they carry a message that others can't easily grasp. Right now there's a person in your life who's completely overwhelmed by something you've done. They can't wrap their head around it, and it's left them in a state of confusion yet admiration. This person doesn't understand what you did or why you did it, but they're undeniably captivated by it. The way you carry yourself, the choices you make, and the impact you have on their life are causing them to fall head over heels, even if they can't put it into words. This confusion is fueling their attraction, leaving them tangled in emotions they can't quite control. In this message, we're going to dive deep into the reasons why your actions have left them speechless and head over heels. By the end, you'll have a clear understanding of how your influence is shaping this connection, and why this person just can't get enough of you, even if they can't fully explain it to themselves. Chapter 1: The Power of Subtlety. How your actions speak louder than words. 1.1 Unintentional magnetism. When you didn't even realize you were making an impact, it's often the small, unintentional actions that leave the biggest mark on someone's heart. You might not have been fully aware of what you were doing at the time, but your actions sent a powerful message to this person. Whether it was a simple gesture, an act of kindness, or even the way you handled a difficult situation, something you did left a lasting impression, and now they can't stop thinking about it. The power of presence. Sometimes it's not about what you say, but how you make someone feel. Your presence, your energy, and the way you move through life without seeking validation are captivating to this person. They're drawn to the way you live authentically and unapologetically unconscious. You didn't set out to charm them, but that's exactly what you've done. It's your natural way of being that has left them in awe. They might not even realize why they're so captivated, but it's clear that your actions have created a magnetic pull that they can't resist. 1.2 They don't understand, but they're drawn to you anyway. Here's the thing: this person doesn't fully understand why they feel the way they do. They might even be confused by their own emotions. You've done something, maybe even without thinking, that has completely thrown them off balance, and while they can't put their finger on it, they're undeniably drawn to you in a way they can't explain. The confusion of attraction is a mysterious thing. Sometimes the mind can't explain what the heart feels. This person is caught in that exact space. They're unsure of why they're so intrigued by you, but they can't help themselves. Their emotions are leading them, even as their mind tries to catch up. Unexplainable pull. You've become a puzzle to them, and they're desperate to figure out why they feel this way. The more they try to make sense of it, the deeper they fall into their emotions, and the more they realize they can't explain it, the more irresistible you become. Chapter 2: The Gesture That Changed Everything. 2.1 What was it the moment that left them reeling? Every story has a turning point, and in this case there was a specific moment when everything changed for this person. It could have been a small gesture, a simple word of encouragement, or a selfless act of kindness. Whatever it was, this action triggered a wave of emotions in them that they didn't expect. And now they're head over heels because of it. A small act, a big impact. Sometimes it's the smallest acts that leave the deepest Impression you might not have thought twice about what you did, but for them it was monumental. Maybe it was a moment when you showed vulnerability, or perhaps you stood up for something important. Whatever it was, it struck a chord in their heart that they can't ignore. The unseen impact. While you may not even remember what you did, this person has replayed that moment over and over in their mind. They're trying to understand why it had such a profound effect on them. Was it your kindness, your strength, your ability to stay calm under pressure? Whatever it was, it left them spinning, trying to figure out how one small action could have such a big impact. 2.2 The emotional aftershock. Why they can't stop thinking about it after that pivotal moment. This person's thoughts have been consumed by you. They've replayed the scene in their mind countless times, trying to understand why it affected them so deeply. And yet, no matter how much they analyze it, they can't seem to shake the emotions that your actions stirred up. Caught in a loop of wonder every time they think about what you did, they feel that rush of emotions all over again. It's a cycle they can't escape. The more they think about it, the more they realize just how much you've impacted their heart. And with each passing day, the confusion deepens, but so does their affection, the heart's silent response. Their mind might be confused, but their heart knows exactly what it wants. Even though they can't fully explain it, they know that your actions have opened up something inside them that they can't ignore. Now they're left grappling with emotions they never expected to feel, all because of something you did that felt so natural to you. Chapter 3 The confusion of affection. Why it's hard for them to express their feelings. 3.1 Why they're struggling to understand their own feelings. Emotions aren't always easy to understand, especially when they're tied to someone who has such a profound impact. This person is trying to make sense of their feelings for you, but it's not as simple as it seems. The confusion comes from a mix of admiration, attraction, and awe, all of which leave them uncertain about how to proceed. Conflicted feelings. On one hand, they're drawn to you in a way that feels magnetic, but on the other hand, they're confused by the depth of their emotion, unsure of whether it's love, admiration, or something else entirely. This internal conflict is causing them to hesitate, making it hard for them to fully embrace what they're feeling. Fear of misreading the situation. They might be worried about misinterpreting your actions. Was your gesture just a kind act, or did it mean something more? They're unsure if they're reading too much into it, which only adds to their confusion. This fear is holding them back from fully expressing what's on their heart. 3.2 The battle between heart and mind. This person is stuck in a battle between their heart and their mind. Their heart is telling them one thing while their mind is trying to make sense of the situation. It's a tug of war that leaves them feeling unsettled, unsure of what to believe. The heart wants what it wants. Their heart knows what it feels. It's drawn to you, fascinated by your actions, and moved by the way you've impacted their life, but their mind is constantly questioning whether it's real, whether it makes sense. This internal conflict is what's called causing them to hesitate, to keep their feelings bottled up instead of expressing them openly. A fear of rejection. Part of their hesitation comes from the fear of rejection. What if they're wrong? What if they've misread the situation entirely? The fear of being vulnerable and putting their emotions on the line is causing them to hold back even though their heart is screaming to take the risk. Chapter 4, How your actions have changed their perspective. 4.1 A shift in their view of you before your actions. This person may have seen you in a completely different light, but now everything has changed. Your gesture, your kindness, or your strength has shifted their perspective of who you are. They see you differently now, more clearly, more deeply. And this new view has left them falling even harder, seeing you through new eyes. Your actions have revealed a side of you that they hadn't noticed before. Maybe it's your compassion, your resilience, or your ability to stay true to yourself in difficult situations. Whatever it is, it's made them realize that there's so much more to you than they initially thought. A newfound respect along with their growing affection comes a newfound respect for you. They see your integrity, your strength, and the way you handle life's challenges with grace. This respect has only deepened their feelings, making it harder for them to ignore the pull they feel toward you. 4.2 Why they're still trying to understand the full impact. Even though they're deeply affected by what you did, they're still trying to fully grasp the impact it's had on them. They're analyzing, reflecting, and trying to make sense of how one action could change the way they feel about you so completely. The struggle to let go of logic. Part of the reason they're struggling is that they're trying to approach their emotions logically. They want to understand why they feel the way they do, but emotions aren't always logical. This person is caught between their desire to make sense of it all and the overwhelming feelings they can't seem to shake. Embracing the unexplainable. At some point they'll have to accept that not everything can be explained. Sometimes the heart leads where the mind can't follow, and when they finally come to terms with this, they'll be able to fully embrace the feelings they have for you. Chapter 5 What's next? The future of this connection. 5.1 Will they confess their feelings? The big question now is, will this person finally confess how they feel, or will they continue to stay in the shadows, confused by their emotions and unsure of what to do next? The answer lies in how willing they are to let go of their fear and embrace the vulnerability that comes with expressing their heart, taking the leap. If they can muster the courage to take the leap, they might just find that the connection between you two is stronger than they ever imagined. But it's a big step, and one that requires them to push past their fear of rejection and uncertainty. The fear of rejection. The fear of rejection is real, and it's holding them back from making their feelings known. But if they can overcome that fear, they'll discover that the risk was worth it. The question is, are they ready to take that risk? 5.2 How you can respond. Embracing or easing their confusion. Your response to their unspoken feelings can play a huge role in what happens next. If you sense that this person is struggling with their emotions, you have the power to either ease their confusion or give them the space they need to figure things out on their own, offering reassurance if you're open to the possibility of a deeper connection. Offering reassurance can help ease their fears, letting them know that you value the bond you share. Could be the encouragement they need to finally express what's been on their heart. Giving them space, on the other hand, if you feel that this person needs more time to process their emotions, giving them space could be the best thing you can do. Sometimes people need time to sort through their feelings without pressure. By giving them that space, You're allowing them to come to terms with their emotions on their own. Terms conclusion the unseen power of your actions in the end the impact of your actions goes far beyond what you may realize. This person is head over heels, caught in a whirlwind of emotions they can't fully explain. Your actions have left them spinning confused and undeniably captivated by you as they continue to grapple with their feelings. The question remains, will they take the leap and confess their heart to you, or will they remain in the shadows, too afraid to face the vulnerability that comes with love? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, your actions have changed everything.